Dear class of 2020, yesterday Governor Charlie Baker announced that all schools in Massachusetts would be closed through the remainder of the school year. Now, I'm not sure how you all took that news. I think it's safe to say that we were all expecting it to happen to some degree, and for some of you, maybe that softened the blow a little bit. But I also think that for a majority of us, even though we were expecting it to happen, we were all clinging on to the hope that it wouldn't. And now that that hope is gone, we're left feeling sad, angry, frustrated. For me, it felt like someone had slapped me. For the past 6 weeks, one of the main things that's been keeping me going has been the hope that this would all be over before school ended. I hoped that I would be able to see my friends one last time before parting ways and moving on to the next stages of our lives. I hoped that I would be able to say goodbye to all my teachers, especially those that have inspired me most. I hoped that I would be able to walk across that stage on June 4th, shake hands with the principal, and receive my diploma, before heading off to all-night grad party. Now that those things might not happen, I just feel like there's this huge gaping hole inside of me. Even though we only have to stay 6 feet apart from each other because of social distancing, there's a lot of times where it just feels like so much more than that. I think a lot of us feel lonely, and with that loneliness comes a sense of hopelessness. But even in these difficult times, I've found new things to put my hope in. I found hope in the late night Zoom calls with some of the new friends I've made at the college I'm going to. I found hope in the many Instagram stories I've been tagged in, asking me to draw a carrot or something, but also letting me know that someone's out there thinking of me. I found hope in the small things that sometimes are so hard to notice, like a simple text from a friend or a FaceTime call with someone who I haven't talked to in a long time. I've realized that I'm not alone. I've realized that there are still people who care about me. I've realized that because I'm not going through this alone, we are stronger than COVID-19. And I hope that you realize that too. I know many of you are also upset about the delay or cancellation of graduation. You feel as if the last 4 or even 12 years of your education were all meant to culminate in a wonderful ceremony, which is now either put in jeopardy or canceled entirely. That was actually one of the first thoughts that went through my mind as well. But it's not true. Look, if I thought for a second that all I was gonna get for my hard work in the last 12 years was a few seconds in the spotlight and a piece of paper, I would have quit a long time ago. But think about all the experiences you've had. Think about all the things you've learned. Think about all the people you've met. Aren't those so much more meaningful than a ceremony? Eventually, this will all be over. Eventually, they'll tell us that we can go back to living our normal lives. Now, this might be in 2 weeks, 2 months, or even 2 years. But who will you be when that happens? In my experience, the strongest people are always those that have experienced the worst, but have come out on top anyway. They're the people who never give up, no matter how hard things get, no matter how much they lose, no matter how much their life changes. In our school's senior spotlight, we each had to share our key to success. Now, my favorite of all of these was our class president's, Jonathan Pierre, who said, "Play the hand you were dealt like it was the one you wanted." Now, you can choose to lie in your bed all day and be depressed. I totally get that, and honestly, I don't blame you for that. But you can also choose to make the most out of this. You have so much time on your hands, more than you'll probably have until you're too old to do anything with it anyway. So why waste it? I don't want to tell people someday how I suffered so much through this pandemic. I want to tell them how I overcame it. I am proud to call myself a member of the class of 2020. I believe that we'll get through this together and come out stronger than ever. I believe that we'll have a unique and powerful story that hasn't been told in over 100 years. I believe that the next time disaster strikes, we'll be ready. I urge you all to stay connected with one another. Don't let this physical distance stop you from growing in your relationships mentally and emotionally. And above all, remember this. COVID-19 has no power over your friendships. COVID-19 has no power over your past experiences. And COVID-19 has no power over the bright and wonderful futures you have ahead of you. Put your hope in these things and COVID-19 will have no power over you. Guys, let's keep that 2020 vision and find hope in the places that are hardest to see. Peace.